Stellar Blade has been one of the most highly anticipated game releases of 2024, and over the past few months, we actually haven't seen a whole lot of outrage surrounding it. It seemed like the Puritans were pretty silent on it, and the game's media was even kind of defending the game. But now that the full demo has officially launched, we have seen a very different tune where there are plenty of people on social media attacking this game, and of course, outlets saying that, well, it's just not that good because it portrays women in a sexual way. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. Now, I live streamed the full demo. I had an absolutely fantastic time with it, and honestly, I could not be more hyped for Stellar Blade's full release. I already have the digital deluxe edition pre-ordered. I'm going to be playing it day one, and I know so many people have been loving the demo, even replaying it 2 and 3 times just to see what they missed in the last playthrough of it, to see what else the game has to offer. But of course, there are always going to be people who dislike things even when the majority enjoy them, and IGN France has been getting absolutely annihilated for an article they put up on the preview saying the shock and the charm. Now, it is actually a pretty positive article, except for, of course, one specific section. It says the design of the game, especially its characters, highlights an obvious bias. We're going to smash aliens, but if we can do that in a way that pleases gentlemen, that's a bonus. And the result is not exactly a success. It's nothing new, and other games have chosen to highlight the strengths of their female characters, but where a Bayonetta imposes itself with an iconic character design, or a 2B from Nier Automata inspires an entire generation of female cosplayers, Eve from Stellar Blade is just bland, a doll sexualized by someone you'd think that has never seen a woman. Now, hilariously enough, they actually decided to edit this entire article and add context that makes it even worse, saying this last sentence has been slightly edited for French-speaking people pretending not to understand what we meant, and the English-speaking mob who Google translated the initial text. So not only are they attacking their French viewers, but also the English-speaking viewers or the English readers who simply saw highlights of this article on social media, calling us the mob simply for using Google Translate and calling them out for their BS, which of course is absurd. But this entire section is just so ridiculous on so many levels. I love Bayonetta, okay? Bayonetta 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games. Absolutely love them. Bayonetta is a sexy, strong woman. She's got amazing gameplay. The aesthetics of the games are fantastic. Amazing. 2B, also Nier, fantastic, and they even say inspires an entire generation of female cosplayers. How do you not know that Eve is going to be cosplayed for the next 10 years? That Eve is going to become a widely popular cosplay choice? You don't actually know that, so you're not even giving this game a fair chance. But then, of course, they say that Stellar Blade is bland. And why is Eve a character they don't really like? Well, because she is so sexualized. It's like someone who's never seen a woman before designed her. What an insult to Shift Up. What an insult to each specific developer who took time and effort to carefully craft not only Eve's character design, but all of the character designs in the game. And yes, she is a sexualized character. Many of the characters in this game are extremely attractive characters. Even the male characters have a lot going for them. But instead of just saying, hey, all of the characters in this game are equally attractive, they just wanted to hone in on Eve and call her a sexualized doll, which of course is ridiculous. And they had gotten absolutely annihilated for this, and I had put out a tweet about it, and people are laughing at them, saying, I'm sorry, I like girls, including digital ones. I mean, you can just tell the desperation from the media, because over the past few months, most major mainstream outlets have actually been defending Stellar Blade, saying, wow, it looks really good. And that really came across as not very genuine, because this is a type of game that they would typically attack and that they would typically target. And they didn't, because I think they've realized if they attack Stellar Blade, they are going to get annihilated and only hasten their ultimate demise. And that's what IGN France has proven, because they have been getting annihilated by gamers who were so upset with them just calling Eve a sexualized doll and also insulting the developers. But they are not the only ones. Now, they are the main media outlet, the IGN France, that is getting roasted for this, but of course, who else on the internet would be upset about this game? ResetEra. There is a thread in ResetEra, and they're having meltdowns over Stellar Blade. Again, I played the demo. I had an absolute blast with it. I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait for full release to finally be here. I am certainly going to be replaying the demo. I had that much fun with it, but of course, there are some people in life who just can't have any fun at all. That intro sequence is so bad. It's just so many elements of fetishism and infantile nonsense. What the hell was with that slow motion? The slow motion where Eve is being pulled out of the pod and the explosions in the background. Oh no, you can't have that. It's sad. I guess that's just what it comes down to. There's really talented people working really hard to make a game that glorifies a fragrantly misogynistic depiction of its cast. It is not misogynistic or sexist to appreciate female beauty. Okay, we have seen a lot of gaming companies push the androgynous look with characters, and we're not seeing that with Stellar Blade. We're not seeing that with a lot of South Korean games at this point, but more specifically, Stellar Blade, and they are outraged over it. They are furious that their delicate sensibilities, aka their, sensitive snowflakeisms, are not being represented in this product, that you can actually tell a female character is a female and a male character is a male. And that infuriates them, and that's why they want to attack this game. Agreed, I tend to be ambivalent with sexualized character designs in games, but everything about Stellar Blade is just beyond embarrassing and gross. As a woman, it is more embarrassing and gross to me to see female characters not be feminine. Not every single female character needs to be a 10 out of 10 bombshell in a tight dress and a mini skirt. That doesn't have to be the case. But I want to be able to see femininity in entertainment, and that is something that I feel the Western games market has severely been lacking. We have seen attacks on feminine female characters, and I think it is wonderful to see Eve and all of the other characters like Tachy as well, who look beautiful and feminine while also being extremely strong. Their designs, in my opinion, are really amazing. And if you do not like the look of this game, that's perfectly fine. You do not have to play it, but don't try to ruin the experience for everybody else who wants to play and everybody else who has been absolutely loving it. And even this, of course, aside, they're not talking at all about the demo, really, because they didn't play the demo. They're simply getting mad at screenshots. They're not talking about how fluid the combat was, all of the different systems. They're not talking about how was the main demo and then the boss rush. Like, they're not giving any details that actually prove that they played the demo, because I highly doubt they did. I bet that they, would not touch this game with a 10-foot pole, and that is why, developers like Shift Up should not listen to these individuals and not bend the knee to their outrage, because they are not actually people who are going to play the product in the first place. I thought the Stellar Blade demo was really, really good, and I cannot wait for the full game to launch. I, of course, will be keeping my eye on it to see if the developers say anything else, of course, going into interviews as we get closer to release. But of course, IGN France has absolutely trashed Stellar Blade and gotten obliterated by gamers over it, and people over on ResetEra are so triggered over Eve, Tachy, and the beautiful women that happen to exist in this game. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.